Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my little love bugs. This is Michelle the Oracle coming at you today with my Friday forecast for the Divine Union, the Twin Flame Union, the Soulmate Union. Again, just like last week, fill in the blank union. This is some kind of something. I don't know or care what label you're going to put on it, but there is a soulful union, a divine union that is happening between select people. And it's putting us on this crazy journey, this awesome trek, this exhausting human experience, but the most transcendental out there experience at the same time. Right? Do you all feel me? Like this human level stuff that's going on, it feels so stupid right now because your upper level knows the truth. Haven't you guys already gotten the message? Don't you know the truth? Don't you already have the answer? Is so and so my twin flame? Your higher self can already answer that. Your human intuition already tells you that. There isn't anybody out there who could, maybe talk you out of it. There's just something that your heart space knows, your crown knows, your higher self knows, nature knows. When I ask nature the question, is my beloved my twin flame? Nature will immediately answer me. A hummingbird, there'll be a blue jay. He sends crows to me all the time. There'll be a crow. There'll be a blue jay screeching as loud as it can. A squirrel will run almost on my toes, past my feet. Haven't you guys done that? You just know. And then when you ask the universe just tells you, hey, this is the truth. You can ask us as many different times as you like, but you either know the yes or the no is so-and-so, my twin flame. I had no idea that this is what we were going to be talking about. I was kind of confused. I was on the phone with my bestie before I started filming this for today, and I'm going to start shuffling my deck. And I told her I really don't know what we're going to be talking about because I've had so many different emotions being on this journey this week, because I've told you guys there's two different things happening. Number one, we have our own individual awakening that's occurring right now, right? We have our own individual journey. We're having our own individual ahas of what we are, who we are, where we came from, what did we come here to do, what are we going to do next, what's happening inside my body, what's happening outside my body. So we have all that going on individually, and then some of us decided, hey, not only am I going to incarnate during this crazy space and time for the human world, but how about this? How about I trigger my own self-awakening, number one? Yeah, so that's crazy. And number two, let's sign up and let's meet our twin flame this go-round. Why not? Let's just put an extra bold, italics, underlined, hugest font that you could ever find, and let's just find our twin flame while we're at it. It's a whole lot. I'm not feeling sorry for myself, and I don't feel sorry for any of y'all. I'm just saying, let's all acknowledge what we came here for so much. You came here to be John Smith from 123 ABC Street, from anywhere USA or whatever country you're from, it doesn't matter. And then you decided to awaken during this space and time with what's going on with the collective. And then on top of that, you told the universe that you were ready to meet your twin, and you signed up for that journey all at the same time. I don't know, are we crazy? Maybe, right? Are we sadistic? Are we just spiritual adventurers? Ooh, I like that. Let's go with that. Yeah, let's take that title. We are spiritual adventurers who have decided to come during this space and time, declare our own mastery of this place, and then tack on the twin flame union at the same time. I'll take that. I love positive stuff, so I'll take that. I like that. Anyway, I'm shuffling my deck already. And going to do the same spread as I always do. I do what we've been calling a Divine Union diamond spread. I kind of just was meditating one day, playing around with the cards, was being led to talk about my own twin flame experience, and do some reads and some, channeling while I'm going through it. Because we all need to help each other through this stuff, through these different challenges that we're going through, to navigate through these feelings that we've been experiencing and feelings that we've had to learn how to disconnect from. I have to tell you, that's been the hardest, is the disconnection from what I thought was so real. Love, what the human taught me what love was, and I'm having to accept what real divine unconditional love is. It's not human love. It's not what they showed us in a movie. Unconditional love between the twin flames brings about this, it's all inclusive. There's no, I can't change it. It's just love. It's always there. It's one of the last things I told my beloved was, that I love him, and that it's always there, and that I couldn't stop it even if I wanted to. And I've wanted to. Let's just say that out loud. I've wanted to many times, haven't you? Oh my gosh, right? If I had back that thing of Ben and Jerry's ice cream each time, each time that I had it and was done. We're exposing so much truth today, but I think we're all going to feel better once we're done with this spread. Anyway, like I said, we're going to do what I call the Divine Union Diamond Spread. I use 3 decks. I have the Rider-Waite, which is the traditional tarot. I have the Everyday Witch. That represents the feminine. The Rider-Waite's going to represent the masculine. These Ascended Master from Doreen Virtue are going to be going on top as we go up the read. Masculine and feminine, that's everybody. It's everybody. It's to the physical females. When I say masculine, we're talking to you, because you have that in you, especially right now. And same for the masculine. For the men, the human men, when I refer to feminine, I'm talking to you as well. You have that peace in you. And right now we are really, really far reaching into the other side. I'm really having to, excuse my French, but it's all I can really tell you. I've been having to learn as a female how to grab my nuts, right? I mean, as the feminine, as the divine feminine, I have had to integrate my masculine, and the masculine grab their nuts. They don't ask before they grab them. They don't apologize for grabbing them. They just grab them. So the feminine, haven't you guys been working on that feminine? Have you been working on integrating your masculine into your feminine? Have you been mastering your feminine? Masculine, same for you. Are you mastering your masculinity and then bringing in just enough divine feminineness to balance yourself out? Are you noticing how many more things you're attracting because you do it? If you're not, let's try it. We're trying. I'm going to keep trying. We'll all keep trying. Anyway, so the first level on the bottom, we do past, present, future for both the masculine and the feminine. We put an Ascended Master on top of that. Next level, we combine energies. We bring the masculine energy over to the feminine side, and then we bring the feminine over to the masculine. It's kind of how our other side is going to let us know how to combine, what to combine, and what it's going to feel like. Another master goes on top of that, and then up on top, we're going to do a message from our highest self, what our highest masculine self would say and what our highest feminine self would say, and then a master goes on top of that. Then we look underneath the bottom, crisscross applesauce. It's over. We kiss each other goodbye until next week. Anyway, I'm almost done. Almost done shuffling. One more go around on here, and then we'll be all set to go. As always, before I start dealing some cards and giving some messages, I just want to let you all know that I ask Spirit to come through in the most unconditional, loving way that they can, and to let us all know and bring us all love and support in this journey for our highest selves, for all of us. And so this message is coming out to you. Everybody relax, take a deep breath in. I'm going to allow to come out, allow to come in. So we'll get right to it. Let's do the past, present, future for the masculine. He's pulling the Three of Cups. Presently, he's the Wheel of Fortune. And future has the Knight of Wands. So last week, I believe, their past card was the Wheel of Fortune, because we told the story about how you could be at the roulette table and someone pulls out a tarot deck, and if you get the Wheel of Fortune card, you can start lighting up and put it on any number and color, because you're about to double your money, because you steer your Wheel of Fortune. But now they're presently in the Wheel of Fortune, and it came up past last week, so you guys did some movement. Now this is in your past. The masculine is the Three of Cups. This has always been my divine union cup. This has always been the me, you, and us. My heart, your heart, our heart's energy, celebration, booyah, nothing but net, celebration. That's what this card has always represented to me. The masculine apparently felt some kind of boost of energy, he got his foot in the water and went, ooh, this feels really good, or you know what I'm saying? He experienced something that gave him this shot of sunshine, this burst of happiness, this, oh my gosh, it could feel this way. Maybe he went through something with you, with his beloved. Maybe divine masculine, maybe you had some aha moment with your beloved and you had this inside jumping, let's celebrate type thing happening in your life, in your emotions, in your experience, in your energy field. Whatever it was, it made you happy. Presently, we're at the number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. This is a major arcana card, which means it has to do with our soul. These are bigger type soul type things. And the Wheel of Fortune, like I said, is when you pull this card, this is you knowing that you're in charge of your fate. It could be win or lose. This is all dependent on your attitude. As always, the human is always in charge of deciding, is the Wheel of Fortune going to go in a beneficial way or back towards more of the same? Or am I just going to go off the racks and do my own thing? Whatever it is, presently, the masculine is feeling this Wheel of Fortune and they're steering it in the direction that they'd like to go. Is it the direction that other people want them to go? God, I hope not. Masculine, I hope you're steering this in the direction that your passion and fire is sending you on, not the one that anybody, including your beloved, wants you to do. We want you, masculine, to steer this Wheel of Fortune in the direction that your heart tells you. Go and follow your heart. That's part of the masculine grabbing the feminine, is to be able to know I can steer this with my masculine and my feminine and go in a different direction. Or not, whichever. Presently, you're steering this Wheel of Fortune, and good luck on every direction that you decide to do with that masculine part. And the future is the Knight of Wands. And knights are deliverers of the messages. They are the bringers of the trumpeters. They are the announcers to the people's court, all that stuff. And wands represent your mission, your soul mission. Why did you come here, masculine? All of us can be asking ourselves. We should be asking ourselves. A lot of us already have the answer of why are we here? Why are you here? Most of you, you guys know your mission, right? You're either here to help heal, you're here to help balance, you're here to follow this passion, right? So maybe you're a creator, a painter, a writer, anything. You guys know your mission. You came here for something. It wasn't to be a fill in the blank. You have something you came here to do. The masculine, in his near future, I feel this real quick, a lot of them are already stepping into this, delivering their messages of what their purpose is. So some of you might be getting reunited with, and your twin will show up like this on his horse, decked in yellow, which is his solar plexus, which means he's tapped into his own gut intuition. And he might show up and say, hey, dun 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 dun, I got my mission. And he might be able to drop that knowledge on you and, you know, hey, you take it as you want. Feminine, you steer your Wheel of Fortune. However, I can choose to be positive about it or I can choose to be negative, but this is what's about to happen for the divine masculine. Something made him really happy in the past. Something made his heart jump. Something made him feel this me, you, and us epiphany. Something happened to his emotions. It rocked his world. It triggered the Trinity within him. And then he got on his wheel of fortune and he started steering it in whatever direction. Whatever direction, sweetheart. I can't tell you what direction he went, or they went, or she went, whatever the divine masculine direction they went. I can't tell you that, baby. I really don't know. I hope for your sake they choose their highest good. But in the future, they're about to throw down their truth of, hey, guess why I came here? I came here to overthrow things. I came here to balance the force. I came here to master this power, to teach that kid, to show those people, to declare this truth, to show you this. That's this guy. So that's where the divine masculine is headed. This message could be anything that the divine masculine deems it, of course. Divine masculine is in charge of pushing this or steering this or letting this go in whatever direction they want. Hopefully you will remember this feeling and aim your wheel of fortune towards this feeling. Go back to this place. It made you so happy. Can you imagine what else it would let you feel if you just go back and trust? Take on your mission. Declare it. Don't be afraid. It's going to be all right. That was the masculine. So now we're going to pull past, present, future for the feminine. Of course, again, men, we're talking to you. You have a feminine side to yourself. So now, tickle it out. We're talking to that. Feminine, there are masculine women who need to learn about their feminine as well. So this is going to you. This is why I got no girls. I got no boys. We got masculine and feminine. It's both of us. We're talking to you. And one day I will stop saying that spiel because you guys will just know. You'll understand. Past for the feminine, we got the 2 of Wands. Present, she's pulling the 8 of Coin. Future is the Ace of Swords, just like that. 2 of Wands. All those. Coin. And the Ace of Swords. So, the feminine received the message of their mission, and they've actually already started off on that journey. They already started off as the page. They began their soul journey, their own individual. A lot of the divine feminine, a lot of the masculine as well, I'm going to give you all credit, has moved on in their mission. They got the message, and they started working on their own individual soul mission. And then even some of us have already proceeded into our twin flame mission. Whether we're with our twin or not, do not wait. If you and your twin are in current physical separation, and that's all it is a physical separation. If you're in physical separation and you know, it doesn't matter who it is, if you know what your mission is together, start working on it. And when you're working on it, channel them in. And when you channel them in, draw in their creativity, draw in that stuff that matches your stuff, and use them and start producing what it is you're supposed to do on your mission. They will feel it where they're at. You guys are connected. It's just the truth. They'll get the information. They'll even give you ideas during dreams, during days. They'll tell you, no, honey, I don't want you to do that. Do this instead. If you tap in and really connect to the all, to everything, if you accept the fact that the twin is with you, whether they are with you or not, you can get on this mission. Two, that's you and them. This person might just have their twin in that ball in their hand. That might be their twin at the moment. Maybe he's in physical separation from his twin, and all he's got is it right here in my hand. But he's taken a step in his journey. That's what the 2 of Wands is. In the past, the divine feminine or the feminine has decided to take on that trek. Congratulations. And now we've moved on to the 8 of Coin. This is what we are presently. And this is what we're doing. We're realizing that as feminine, we've been through different roles in our human lives that have gotten us ready for this moment. Right? Those of you who are starting businesses, I used to be an administrative assistant. I always hated that job, but I am using all those skills from marketing, PR, everything that I did, accounting, every department, copying, pasting, all this stuff comes in handy now because now I'm starting a business doing what my heart is on fire about. So that all came in handy, and that's what this chick is doing. So, feminine, whoever you belong to at the moment, presently, we are taking these strengths. These are all of our strengths. These are all of our human things that we learned, all of our tricks, all of our tools that were in our tool belt, and we're concocting stuff and we're making things. And presently, this is where you are, right? You're taking a little bit of this, what you've learned, a little bit of that, and you are creating your future because we already decided. Get out of bed, put the ice cream down, get to work, sweetheart. And now we're working, and don't you get lost. Don't you get lost working. You have to force me to go to bed now because I can't go to sleep. I'm too busy doing this. Do you guys feel that yet? This full moon. And I guess I should have said this energy broadcast is for today, June the 9th, which is Friday. We have a full moon in Sagittarius. Super magical. Super, super magical. Sages are the ultimate take their hats off and pull out all kinds of interesting, cool stuff. So this energy broadcast is for the 9th through the 15th. And I guess I should have said that in the beginning. But right now, presently, with this full moon, you guys should all be feeling this. The feminine side should be taking all their strengths. That includes being able to make a meal for 10 people out of something that should only feed 2. Real, live, human life strengths. What are they? Use all of them. Pull them all in right now. And then, like I said, if you're not with your twin, pull in their abilities. They'll help. They'll channel through you, and you can do your stuff. You can work your magic and get on this mission, whether you're together or not. It doesn't matter. And the fact is that you're together. That's what we're all going to learn at the end. I just hope you guys all know this, that at the end, the lesson, and I'm giving you a spoiler. If you don't want to hear it, go la 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 for a little bit. But the spoiler at the end is we're going to find out that we've been with our twins the entire time. That they've been with us this entire time. That no matter what, once you find your twin, actually this never separated to begin with. They like to tell us that that's what happened, but it didn't. This is always on. And this is what you're going to find out at the end. So we might as well behave in our higher selves right now, knowing that this truth is always there. It doesn't matter what this human does. It doesn't matter what this human does. It doesn't matter what you do, my love. You are with your twin. If you know in your heart that they are your twin, you are right here. And that's the truth. That's what the Ace of Swords is. That's the feminine's future card. It's a new journey. It's a whole new way of declaring your truth. Just like I just declared to you. I just declared my truth to you. I am always with my twin. I never separated from them. The whole illusion that we were ever separate and went into different lifetimes and that we were ever physically separate from the other is the thing that I'm going to learn at the end, is that I wasn't. I was always connected to my beloved. We are always connected to the divine. We are always connected to the other, that we are all connected. It never disintegrated. And that's the truth. Feminine, you're stepping into your truth. I just declared mine. If yours resonates with that, spectacular. If your truth sounds like that, feels like that, sounds different, I praise you and I go get it, feminine and masculine. All of you should be able to get to this point where you stand in front of somebody and say, that was BS. We weren't separate. We're not separate now. Physical or not, it'll never happen. You can't convince me otherwise. Nature and the universe and spirit is way too loud. I know the truth, and so I'm just going to have to speak it and drop it, and so that's just going to have to be how it is. All right, feminine, you got me? You started making your move. You got the mission. You got over the being sad. You busted out of that emotion prison. If you haven't, you still have time. Get out, because there's a whole new world. Can't you hear it? There's a whole new world right in front of you that we're helping to create. And I need you to get out of bed and stop being sad. I need you to start creating this whole new world. Okay? Your twin's with you right there in your hand. Even the cat knows it, right? Presently, bring out every strength you have. Human and otherwise. Bring out every superpower. Channel in your twin. Bring up all your strength. Channel in your twin's strength. And use it all right now. This is like you're taking your SAT right now. Everything you've learned, pull it out and use it. This is it. We're being exam time. Because if somebody asks you to throw down your truth, this is it right there. She's declaring it in a new way, on a new path, with everything she's got. And how can you argue with that? So that's past, present, future. Past, present, future for the masculine and the feminine. We're going to pull a Ascended Master card to put on top. And it's the Listen card. And we do have trouble listening. I'm going to fess. I told you this is for me to share my journey and to hopefully resonate so we all can feel some support here. I do have problems listening, don't you? Until you're all the way disconnected and you're like, where is everybody? And finally you hear it. Now you can finally listen. You pulled out and disconnected from everybody, including your beloved, including yourself, including your hobbies, including your passion, and you disconnect and you hermit to the extreme. And then you get to this. Now you're ready to listen. Now that you've disconnected from everything, now you can really hear. What is it that your heart's trying to say? What is it that the universe is trying to say? What is it that Spirit's trying to tell you? What is it that your twin is trying to tell you that you can't hear because you're so trapped? And you guys understand that. I know you do. And they'll disconnect us from everything until we get to a position where we listen. We're both heading to some truth. The divine masculine is heading to, I know what I'm here for. That's heading towards a really big truth. He had to listen to something to get to that point. Same with the feminine, to declare this new truth in this new way with this much assertion, grabbing her nuts. She had to listen too. She still has to listen. He still has to listen. We still have to listen. All of us. We have to listen to our own source first. Whatever gets spoken in here, up here, connected, that has to get heard first. And then, well, that's it. Anything after that, make it up after that. All I know is the first chord with your highest self is the most important communication chord. After that, you can listen. Communication is both ways. I can't just express, I have to stop. And sometimes they do have to disconnect me to get me to listen. That's the first lower level. Now we're going to bring over to the feminine side, the masculine. This is what the divine masculine would like the feminine to know that they are integrating over to their side. Do you understand? So, 2 masculine cards for the feminine. They get the World. The masculine got this last week. And they got the High Priestess again. Now, these are 2 major arcana cards. Again, soul shifting stuff. Big things. These aren't little tiny things. The world is just that. The world is just that. And the number 21 flipped is a 12. The 21 is the world. You see, happiness goes in one direction, anger goes in another. There's no limit. They actually come back around and meet. It's a cycle. This cycle, this is the 21, the last in the major arcana before it turns back into the Fool, before it starts a new journey. The divine feminine is learning from the masculine and grabbing on their masculine side the world. Feminine, your masculine side is also in charge of declaring what is our future world going to look like. At the same time, the masculine is asking the feminine to embrace and grab their nuts about being the High Priestess. Declare it. You have these powers. You know this stuff. You can heal things. You can sense them. You can feel them. You can, the Corsican brothers, of course. You can dream about them. You can pull them in during meditation. Masculine can do it to the feminine. Feminine can do that to the masculine. We can do that to our other. We are connected. Own that. Own that knowledge. Declare those truths that you learned. Not that somebody told you or you read or you took a class so they deemed you worthy. If you feel it in your heart, I believe you, and I want you to declare that. It's not dangerous. I can protect myself. So, feminine, the masculine would like us to realize that we also are in charge of the future world and deciding what happens, and that we should grab our own selves and declare the high priestess. The high priestess is a 360. She's all that. She's an oracle and all that. She's more than that. She's everything. She's like the creator, you know? Grab that. Grab that, feminine. Grab it from your masculine side. Grab the fact and declare it that you have powers, because the future of the world depends on you, depends on all of us, and our feminine side has to get a little bit masculine-y about it, a little bit more assertive about our future world, and declaring our what we are. Declare what you are. Now the feminine is going to pull their cards over to the masculine. What are we combining with the masculine? They are getting the Knight of Coin and also the Magician. We were flipped. This was different. This was on the feminine side last time. Okay, so masculine. On your feminine side, here's what we're going to start grabbing. The Knight of Coin. So knights are, like I said, the deliverers of messages. They bring in new ways, new things. And the Knight of Coins, he has, look on his tool belt. Speaking of like pulling out all your specialties, everything that you know, this is your tool belt. What are the things that I know in this earth plane? What have I learned in this 3D experience? What have I learned about being a meat suit? What have I learned about how this meat suit functions with all these other meat suits? Where is my place with all these meat suits? How does my soul integrate with this meat suit? All that stuff. This Knight of Coin has all that stuff and the answers and the tools needed in his tool belt. And so he goes about his day in this 3D experience as the Knight of Coin, delivering what he's got, what he knows, how he does it, and then balancing that with the Magician. And the Magician is the second card in the tarot, but it's the number 1. It comes after the Fool. The Magician is the master of all 4 corners, north, south, east, west. All 4 suits, coins, swords, cups, and wands. Wands always disappear out of my head lately. Anyway, that's what the Magician can do. He, like I said, the full moon in Sag. It's magical. It's magic time. It is magical time. Take off your hat and start pulling stuff out. Show me your tricks. I want to know what y'all can do, Divine Masculine. Show me your tricks. What can you do? Can you like launch things? Can you stop stuff? Can you turn off lights? Can you flicker up fire? What can you do, masculine? Show me some tricks. You have the tools. You got some lessons. You've mastered some stuff and realities about this 3D experience if you're doing the upper journey as well, which you are if you're in a divine union, whether you're in harmonious or not. You're on your own awakening journey, so you do have stuff of this upper realm in this tool belt as well. Become the Magician. Grab your feminine side. Do the magic with the compassion that you learned about, with the nurturing that you learned about, with the all-embracing stuff that you learned about from embracing your femininity within your masculine self. And be the Magician. And I can tell you right now that the world that we create, if the feminine does this, and the masculine does that, do you know what this is going to look like? You guys do know. You know what it's going to look like. There's no spoilers. We all knew coming in that this was going to be our path, that this was going to be our journey, that this was going to be our mission, and that we were all going to end up right here at this point. We know how this ends up. We never split. This is a 3D experience. This is what our humans signed up to learn. Our soul and our higher self are sitting together. They're hanging on to each other, whether you're in separation or not. They're not disconnected. You are not alone, so you might as well allow this human to do those things and experience, whether you're masculine or feminine. Go experience your side without your beloved, whether you're in union or not. They are there. It's there. Continue on with your soul purpose. The divine union is always there, and it will always be a part of you. It's what we're here to learn together. So that's that level. So Ascended Master going with that. Masculine, grab the Magician, grab your feminine side and be the Magician. And feminine, grab those titles and own it. The Ascended Master going with it, the Baba G. Yeah, you know me. You down with Baba G? Yeah, you know me. That starts going through my head. And now it will go through your head. So the yoga card. Yoga is a beautiful thing. Have you tried it? If you only tried it once, go do it again. Yoga is a great way to get your body to flow together. Your brain, your human brain, has to talk to your human body to get it to do this stuff. And then you can get into a position where you can listen. I've learned about listening through yoga. It forces you to focus on the body. It forces you to focus on your breath, to unplug and disconnect, and it connects you with what's most important, yourself. And you work with your body and you move with your body. And this opens you up to all kinds of yumminess, all kinds of open space, all kinds of gap to work out this twin flame stuff, to work out your own soul awakening journey, to work out anything you need to. Baba G will get you there, baby. All day long. Yoga. It brings you, it zaps you right back to reality. When things start to go amok, a sun salutation, just one of them, it'll rock your world. Anyway, this will help in our declaring of our combining energies. The masculine grabbing their own magic, and the feminine declaring the high priestess, and declaring that they're going to help change the world. Quieting ourselves during yoga, best way to get you there. Okay? Really good tool to use. It helps your body limber up. It breaks up things in your system, especially when you go on your head. When you go on your head, you know, we're standing all day long and gravity is like pulling all of our guts down to the center of the earth. Get on your head. That's what they do in yoga. And it loosens up all the stuff. All your intestines start stretching out, all these weird things. You might start crying. That's cool. Get that stuff out. Go upside down. Get another point of view. Yoga. Baba G. Go do that. Okay, so top layer, we are doing the message from the higher self. Let's do the masculine first. The message for the masculine side of all of us, from our highest self. It's the 7 of coin. Let's take care. We're going to be reaping what we sow. This is coming up a lot. And it's because we've already been through some messy lessons in our past, in humanity's past. We've been given lessons. You would think that humanity would have understood this by now, that if you put out, you will get that, you know, but humans, we took some time. We got distracted. You know, we like shiny stuff. Anyway, this is in our new awakening. Masculine, you guys, as you are tending to your gardens and producing your own food and producing your own life and producing your own feelings, producing your own destiny, producing your own movie, producing all of that, being a magician. As you're being the magician, remember, what I put out is what's going to come out not only to me, but my family, my beloved, my community, my city, my state, my country, my planet, my solar system. Keep going. We'll travel all the way up until we get to the all is, because it's all connected. It never stops. Masculine, our masculine sides are being asked from the higher selves to remember this in our masculinity, that we are the creators of the future world, and that we need to remember that what we put in will come out. Let's keep it in the highest self. It's coming from the highest self. Work with them. Reconnect. Connect yourself. Plug yourself back up to your source. Reestablish that relationship if you lost it. Find your source. Plug yourself back in. If it's you, great. If it's God, great. If it's whatever you call it, I don't care. Take your plug and plug it back in. The rest of us can't move until you do that. So get that relationship stabilized and masculine. Let's all remember masculine sides, that we are going to get out what we put into our future. Feminine from the higher selves. Queen of Cups. Feminine, can we get away from being this? No, you can't. I don't care what happens on the outside. Feminine, and like I said, this is in human females and human males. The feminine side is being asked to be the Queen of Cups, no matter what. And in this twin flame journey, this is the challenge. I don't care what he does. I don't care what she does. It doesn't matter, right? Your beloved, when they come back, it has to be like this. You can't be like that. If you're like this, if you're like this, if you're like this, when they come back after separation, that's not your twin flame then. You didn't learn unconditional love. Do you understand? This is unconditional love. This girl has unconditional love. We should all be like this. I could have left her for broke, cheated on her. That might be someone else's baby. There could be so much human drama attached to this picture. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Feminine, the feminine side of all of us, has to be unconditional love. Does it mean she's being taken advantage of? No. It just means that her heart is open to receive it. Do you understand? She's not going to let it hurt her. It can't. Hurt him. It can't. The twins can't hurt each other. They are embracing in another dimension right now so tightly you couldn't split the twins up. Do you understand? They're not trying to hurt you. You have to be like this. Love comes in one size, one flavor, one option. It's unconditional, and that's what this chick has learned. This is what the feminine needs to remember with her compassion, with her generosity, but grabbing her nuts at the same time and knowing you only cause me pain if I say you cause me pain. That's this journey. They're not hurting you. They're loving you in another dimension. They're supporting you. They're just trying to teach your human to let go, to embrace the feminine fully. And the feminine is this. You can hurt. Doesn't matter. I have an open heart. I'm an open vessel, and I love you. Woo! All kinds of feelings. And the masculine is grabbing this as well. There are some men who are about to be able to open up to themselves. I mean, screw your beloved. No offense, my twin flame brethren. But masculine, if you are ready to declare some stuff about your own feelings and how open you are, screw everybody else, man. I'm happy for you that you're ready to do that. I don't care about your beloved. I care about thank you for getting to that point, masculine, and some of you feminine who are about to grab this and own this and declare this, that you can love. It's not going to hurt me. It might have in the past, but who cares? I'm the Queen of Cups. Reaping what we sow. If you're upset when your beloved comes back after a physical separation, if you are not the Queen of Cups, and you are already concocting how you're going to be on the defense and how you're going to tell them that they hurt you, and you're all ready to punish them for the physical separation, that's what's going to come out in your fruit, okay? If we embrace this, I don't care what they did. They're my twin. I know it in my heart. I know it in my soul. I know it throughout the universe and all in creation that this is us. And so it doesn't matter what the human did. I'm in an upper journey, and the human will deal as it needs to. But my heart and my soul will always be this for my beloved. Always. I know that is a truth. Am I a stupid human? Absolutely not. Have I been before? Yes. For something else that wasn't this. There's a difference. You can speak to me all day long and try to declare if you know whose twin is who, and that's fine. Bless you. But my message is, if you know it in your heart and the universe has proven it over and over, you have to remain that. That goes for the male and the female, no matter who is in separation. Imagine them coming back and you're going to have to be a pillow. You unconditionally love them. If you don't, you have more work to do, okay? Then there's still some love issues going on with yourself, all right? So the Ascended Master going with those two energies from our highest self, open your heart to love. That's what I just said. Open your heart to love. I'm going to try not to lose my shit. Open your heart to love, masculine, feminine. Ooh, allow it. That pain, it did happen. It really did. You did get hurt. Your human did suffer an owie. But the truth is that now your human has evolved to a certain level, and they have a higher grasping of what's up here and what reality is. So that hurt can now be accepted, reconciled, processed, thanked, told that you love it, that you release it, and let go of, so that now we can proceed in our future and create our future world with our hearts wide open. Because we know if we do our field with our hearts wide open, that fruit, I'm going to want to eat it. I'm going to want my beloved to eat it. I'm going to want my entire community to have some. I'm going to want to give it to the entire world. Anybody who wants to come and taste, I'm going to want that. If I'm opening my heart and tending to this garden, I want to give this to all of you, and I want all of you to give yours to all of us. That's the purpose. That's the mission of the twin flame. The Christ consciousness. The Christ wasn't a person. The Christ is a dimension. The Christ consciousness is a dimension. It's a reality. It's a place that you can step into very easily. You get there by starting to service yourself and then getting into the service of others, handing out your gift, giving what you came here to do in your mission, proceeding on with what you've already received from Spirit that you know your individual mission is. That is Christ-like. That is the Christ consciousness dimension. That is the download that you are getting. Like I said, it wasn't necessarily a person. This is a dimension. This is a reality. This is a download that you are getting in your twin flame union to become Christ-like. We are having to learn that if I have some, I'm going to give you most of it. Don't you feel like that? Don't you just want to serve? That's what this vibe was about. And the only way to get there is to open your heart to love. I have to allow it to come out. I have to allow it to come back in. I have to be willing to express it, go to the mat for it. I'm willing to die for it again. I'm willing to show it to you, tell it to you. I'm willing to say it. I love you. I will say it as often as I have to. You don't even have to say it back. I'm opening my heart to love. The harmonious union will not happen unless you do this. The harmonious union with humanity. Let's step aside from the twin. Our harmonious union with humanity cannot happen until we open our hearts to love, until we embody